Shavuot means weeks. 7 weeks counted. 49 days waiting. Then the 50th. Pentecost means 50th. Do you see the sign? Sinai burned. The upper room would burn. The word came down on stone. The Spirit would come down on hearts.
Same feast, same God,
Deeper fire. Yeah. Count 1 week, 2 weeks, there's a dust rising. 3 weeks, 4 cloud by day guiding. 5 weeks, 6 manna on the ground. 7 weeks complete, hear the trumpet sound. 49 nights under wilderness skies. Children of slaves with hope in their eyes. Then the 50th came with a trembling flame. Sinai shook when the Holy One came. Thunder rolled, trumpet cried, mountain smoke with fire inside. Moses went up where the glory burned. Came down carrying what the people learned. Meet your Moja, who is like you, Lord. Holy in wonder, mighty in word. No idol of silver, no god of stone. Adonai reigns and he reigns alone. The Torah was given commandment and light. Holy instruction for wrong and right. Not random rules, not cold control, but covenant fire for our people and soul.
same feast, deeper fire, same God, higher flame. Sinai gave the holy law, heaven spoke the holy name.
Stone received the command, thunder filled the sky. The word came down at Sinai, and the mountain burned with light.
Shavuot means weeks, 7 weeks in line, 49 days waiting.
Then the 50th sign. Then the 50th sign. Yeah. No other gods before my face. No carved up glory in my place. Do not steal, do not kill. Do not bend the truth to your will. Honor the name, let Sabbath rest. Honor your parents, guard your chest. Do not covet, do not lie. Love your neighbor under God most high. The law was holy, righteous, clean. A lamp in the dark where the heart was seen. It showed what justice was meant to be. Truth like a mirror held up to me. But the mirror is honest, the mirror is bright. It shows the stain, but can I make white? The commandment is good, but my will runs wild. Adam's still hiding in every child. We heard do not, but desire said do. We saw the light, but the shadow grew. The law drew lines with a perfect flame, then showed every place we had missed God's name. So wisdom begins when the proud mouth stills, when the sinner stops climbing self-made hills. The law was no villain, the law was true, but my heart needed more than a rule to do.
Law is holy, law is true. Light shows the womb, grace must make new. Same feast, deeper fire, same God, higher flame. Sinai gave the holy law, heaven spoke the holy name.
Stone received the command, thunder filled the sky. The word came down at Sinai, and the mountain burned with light.
Shavuot means weeks, 7 weeks in line, 49 days waiting.
Then the 50th sign. The temple came later with menorah glow. Golden lamps where the priests moved slow. Bread on the table, incense high. Blood at the altar, prayers in the sky. The temple said God is holy and near, but do not strolling casual here. Come with reverence, come with blood. Sin is not small before the judge. Curtain hanging like a questioning cloth. Who can come close when the heart is off? Who can ascend to the holy hill? Clean hands, pure heart, obedient will. And there I stood with my borrowed breath, already leaning toward dust and death. I knew the songs, I knew the claim, but the law still found my hidden shame. Old Testament shadow, not empty night. Promise wrapped in ritual light. Every lamb, every priest, every flame whispered ahead to a greater name.
The law says holy, the altar says blood. The temple says mercy must come from God.
Law without grace leaves sinners afraid. Grace without law forgets what was paid. Law is the mirror, grace grace is the cure. Law says only grace makes pure.
Stone can command,
Stone
cannot bleed.
law,
Law can reveal,
grace.
must redeem.
Temple can witness, sacrifice can sign, but only the Lamb can ransom time. Hey, hey, hey. So why did this happen? Why this long ago? Why Torah light and the altar cold? Why fire on Sinai? Why blood at the door? Why priests and curtains and so much more? Because sin is real and God is just. Not soft with evil, not blind to dust. Because love is not pretending wrong is right. And mercy is not hiding truth from sight. The law prepared us to understand we could not save ourselves by hand. The temple taught what pride forgets. A debt remains until blood pays debts. Man owed worship and man they blame. Man owed love and man true shame. Man built covenant, man fled light. Man could not climb back into right. So part one ends where wisdom kneels, where the mirror cups and the wound reveals.
The law was holy, the wound was real, the mirror was true, but the mirror could not heal. Then came Jerusalem,
Same feast,
same fire,
but now the Word had flesh.
and the Lamb had bled.
Yeah. Years kept turning, kingdoms rose, temple still standing, priestly robes, pilgrims still climb for the feast of weeks. Shavuot songs in the city streets, same 7 weeks, same 49, same 50th day in the calendar line, same feast, remember it, try night flame, same holy God, same covenant name. But now the word had walked in dust, kept every command we broke in lust. Loved the Father with all his soul, loved his neighbor and made them whole. Where Adam failed, Jesus stood. Where we chose pride, he chose wood. Where we broke covenant, he obeyed. Where sin brought death, his blood was paid. Curtil's homo, why God became man? Because man owed more than man could stand. Only God could save, yet man must pay. So the God-man walked across, shake way. The law showed the wound, the lamb bore blame. Mercy and justice met in his name. Not law erased, not truth undone, but law fulfilled in the Holy One.
Same feast, deeper fire, same God, brighter flame.
Sinai gave the holy law,
Pentecost preached Jesus' name.
stone the heart, veil the flame.
Law showed the womb.
Grace came and changed.
Same feast, deeper fire, read the sign and see.
The word came down at Sinai.
Then the Spirit set us free.
Then came the room with the prayers within. Doors half closed were remembered sin. Ordinary men with fear in the chest, holding Christ's promise, learning the rest. Not on a random ordinary date, not just a gathering running late. They were in Jerusalem, keeping the feast, same holy rhythm from west to east. And suddenly wine like creation breath, rushing through walls, waking hearts from death. Tongues like fire on ordinary heads, living word rising where silence had bled. Not on the mountain this time alone, not on tablets, not carved in stone. Fire on people, word in the chest, human hearts becoming holy addressed. Temple to body,
Lift the soul,
not less holy, but
deeper whole.
the curtain tore because the Lamb made way, so the Spirit could dwell in living clay.
Same feast,
Same fire,
stone to heart.
Jesus is higher.
Same feast, deeper fire, same God, brighter flame.
Sinai gave the holy law,
Pentecost preached Jesus' name. Stone to heart,
veil the flame.
law showed the womb.
Grace came and changed.
Same feast, deeper fire, read the sign and see.
The word came down at Sinai.
Then the Spirit set us free.
Law without grace leaves sinners afraid. Grace without law forgets what was paid. Law is the mirror, faithful and clear. Grace is the mercy that draws us near. Old Testament shadow, New Testament light. Promise unfolding before our sight. Not contradiction, not God changing gears. One holy story across the years. Sada said holy pen and cost it go. Take what was written and let it now glow. Not just outside and command and sign, but inside the heart by design divine. The prophets whispered of heart made new. Spirit within in the womb made true. What stone could say, fire could form. What law exposed, grace could transform. So boast no more in your private throne. The temple is not your ego home. The Spirit does not descend for pride, but for the meek who let Christ inside. The temple taught us blood and flame. The
The time was true, the sign was old, the fire was new.
Same calendar,
Deeper grace,
same holy God,
a brighter flame,
Torah light,
gospel flame,
word on stone.
word in our frame. So let the child hear what this means plain. God kept the feast and spoke again. 1,000 years and more had passed, but heaven still held the promise fast. Shavuot means weeks, the count complete. Pentecost means 50 get fulfilled in the street. Sinai burned with thunder and awe. Jerusalem burned with spirit and law. The law was not evil, the law was good, but we could not stand where holiness stood. So Jesus came, the worthy one, lamb and priest, eternal son. I write your word where pride has been. Burn away boasting, burn away sin. Make up my heart and let make bright menorah, mercy and gospel light.
Same feast, deeper fire,
Same God,
same holy story.
law prepared the way for grace, and Christ receives the glory.
Same feast, deeper fire, same God, brighter flames.
Sinai gave the holy law,
Pentecost preached Jesus' name.
stone the heart, veiled the flame.
Law showed the womb.
Grace came and changed.
Same feast, deeper fire,
Read the sign and see.